Stealing sweet potatoes from the wolf's field was no easy task because the wolf would silently sneak up and catch the thief from behind. Yet the rabbit managed to steal sweet potatoes from the wolf's field every day. His trick was simple. He would bury a large bone in the field first, then uproot the sweet potatoes and fill them in his sack before casually strolling away. One day the wolf discovered that someone had been stealing his sweet potatoes. Determined to catch the thief, he hid behind a haystack and waited. Soon the rabbit arrived. He dug a hole, buried the bone, and filled his sack with sweet potatoes. As he whistled and walked toward the haystack, the wolf suddenly sprang out and caught him. "Why did you come to my field?" the wolf demanded. The rabbit innocently replied, "I didn't come here on purpose. The strong wind blew me into your field." The wolf narrowed his eyes. "Then why did you uproot my sweet potatoes?" The rabbit made a sorrowful face. "The wind was so strong that when I grabbed a sweet potato plant for support, it just came out of the ground." The wolf laughed at the rabbit's cleverness, but asked, "Then how did the sweet potatoes end up in your sack?" The rabbit replied meekly, "I was wondering the same thing when you caught me." The wolf roared in anger. "Enough! Stop your nonsense and listen carefully. I'm going to cook you into mincemeat today." The rabbit quickly said, "Wait! I was going to share a big secret with you, but now I won't." "What secret?" the wolf asked curiously. The rabbit pressed his lips tightly. "No way! Whether you mince me or tear me to pieces, I won't tell you." Now the wolf was even more intrigued. The more he asked, the more the rabbit refused. Finally, the rabbit said, "You think I came to your field just for sweet potatoes?" "That's not true at all." "Then why?" the wolf asked. The rabbit said, "I came for the dinosaur bones buried in your field. I heard they're hidden here." The wolf frowned. "I've never heard of a dinosaur. What's that?" The rabbit looked shocked. "You don't know about dinosaurs? If someone eats their bones, they become so strong that they can kill animals hundreds of times their size." The wolf didn't believe the rabbit, but the rabbit insisted, "It's up to you whether you believe me. If I find the bones, you'll be the first one I test my strength on." Pretending to sniff the air, the rabbit suddenly exclaimed, "Oh, do you smell something, Mr. Wolf?" The wolf also sniffed the air and caught the scent of the bone the rabbit had buried earlier. They both began digging furiously. The rabbit secretly took a bottle of glue from his sack and poured it over the large bone he had buried. Then he quickly pulled it out and shouted, "Here it is! I found it! Give it to me!" the wolf said eagerly, snatching the bone from the rabbit and biting into it. But as soon as he did, his teeth got stuck in the glue, and his mouth wouldn't open. The wolf growled and grunted, trying to call the rabbit for help, but his mouth was sealed shut. He pulled at the bone with one hand, then both hands, his eyes bulging and sweat dripping from his face. Finally, the bone came loose, but along with it, 4 of the wolf's teeth were pulled out. The rabbit, who had been enjoying the show, quietly slipped away while the wolf was left groaning in pain.